YouTube, what's up everybody? Doomwake here. We're back with another modern video. So as I'm recording this today is Monday, so that means the weekend challenges have happened, Saturday and Sunday. There's two every single weekend. So what I'm going to start doing is every Monday, we're going to record a video with the deck. Well, actually, we'll do Monday and Tuesday. We'll do that for our Monday and Tuesday content. I'm going to record a deck with the video that won each challenge. So today we're going to start with the deck that won the Sunday challenge, which is RG Karn Ponza. RG Karn Ponza has been a deck that's in the modern format for a bit of time now. Land destruction / Blood Moon strategies have always kind of been a fixture of the modern format just because, you know, there are certain metagames where Blood Moon is a really powerful card, can shut down a lot of strategies, and the modern might be at a point where Blood Moon is good again. So, and I think with the printing of Seasoned Pyromancer, that is, I think, the card that kind of pushed Ponza over the edge. So, it's a 3-mana 2/2. This came out in Modern Horizons, which I believe was a couple years ago as of right now. But it's a 3-mana 2/2. When it comes into play, you discard 2, then draw 2. And for each non-land card you discarded, you get a 1/1. And then later in the game, you could pay 5, exile it from your graveyard to make 2 1/1s. So why is this card so good? A couple of reasons. First and foremost, because you're playing a deck with Blood Moon and Pillage, there are certain matchups, certain board states where those cards might not be as effective. So giving the ability to sort of discard those, convert them into, actual cards when they're not as good, or excess copies that you may not want access to. And it's also just ability to, make 3 mana, can make 4 power, can pressure some planeswalkers if you need that to happen, can also create a bunch of blockers against aggressive decks. And it's also just a card that later into the game, when it dies, you have a ton of extra mana lying around between Arbor Elf, Utopia Sprawl, Wrenn and 6 to hit land drops. So you kind of just generally have some extra mana lying around usually. So when you can trade this thing off on turn 3 or turn 4, a couple turns down the road, you have some extra mana to exile it, make a couple more 1/1s, maybe more blockers, maybe more ways to pressure. It's a really versatile card. It does a lot, and that really kind of pushed this deck over the edge in terms of going from, a tier 2.5, tier 2 strategy, from kind of elevating it to that tier 1 status, I believe. And again, it's waxed and waned out of playability, viability, throughout the past couple of years, but it's always kind of been on that tier 1.5 edge, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, now might be a good time to play Blood Moon again, with the rise of the, I guess we'll call it 5-color Bring to Light Scape Shift deck that won last week's Modern Challenge. So this week was kind of a response to that, if you will, where, we have a challenge-winning deck list that has 4 copies of Blood Moon, 4 copies of Pillage. Mana Denial, really good against the 5-color Escape Shift deck. Before we continue, I just want to say, as always, if you enjoy the content, be sure to like and subscribe, and go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of the video, the formatting, if you're excited to see this type of content with, winning deck lists of the past weekend. It's a bit of a, little bit of new stuff. I'm going to try and make it consistent every week after the challenges. But back to this particular Ponza deck. So, again, we kind of have the usual suspects over here. Got some lands, basics, a bunch of basic forests to facilitate Blood Moon, a couple dual lands in case you need double red for Pillage, Pyromancer, things like that. Or just like a double removal spell turn, like Bolt, Bone Crusher, Wrenn, Bolt. And we have a bunch of fetch lands to turn on this Wrenn and 6, make it a much more effective card. Then obviously we have our Blood Moons and our Pillages, which, again, fixture of red-green decks in the past. Sometimes they play Stone Rain, sometimes they play Molten Rain, but Pillage is especially good because it can destroy artifacts. So think Chalice of the Void, Oblivion Stone, trying to think of other artifacts. And there's just a slew of different artifacts. Swords, Batter Skulls. This deck has traditionally been bad against Batter Skulls, so having a nice clean answer to that is good. The aforementioned Seasoned Pyromancer. We have a couple of copies of Klothys as just, we only have 2 copies. The card is very, very powerful, but, it is legendary, so you don't want to play a ton of copies. But it's a card that control decks have such a hard time dealing with because it is indestructible. It doesn't die to things like Fatal Push, Abrupt Decay, traditional removal spells like that. We have some Tireless Trackers. Again, we have a bunch of fetch lands in Red and 6, so Tireless Tracker gets a little bit better as a 3-mana card. And you'll notice our curve here. We kind of have basically non-existent amount of 2-drops, and then we have, a glut of 3-drops. And the reason for that is because you're playing 8 1-mana accelerants. The idea of the deck, or the core strategy, is to always have a mana accelerant on turn 1, accelerate you out to a powerful 3-drop on turn 2. So that's kind of the theory behind why we're playing so many 3s. And then 4s, we have 4 copies of each 4-drop Bloodbraid Elf and Karn. The reason the 4s are important is because if you have a draw involving Arbor Elf and Utopia Sprawl, you can play Arbor Elf on turn 1, right? Then you play your second land, you tap one of the lands, Utopia Sprawl your other land, you tap the land that now has Utopia Sprawl on it for 2, powerful with Arbor Elf, because now you're untapping a land that makes 2 mana, you immediately have 4 mana on turn 2 to cast either a Karn or a Bloodbraid Elf. So that's kind of a basic rundown of the deck. Again, clearly we're kind of rounding it out with some removal spells, Bone Crushers, Bolts, that kind of stuff. And then in the sideboard, we have a Karn package, but it's not the most diverse Karn package that I've ever seen. We really only have 6 bullets. I guess you could count the third relic as a bullet, sort of, so we kind of have 7 bullets. But, you don't see a lot of the more expensive cards like Sundering Titan. I've seen Walking Ballista, Mindslaver, and Crucible of Worlds. You don't see that kind of stuff that Eldrazi Tron or Tron usually plays. We're kind of just playing a lot of the good mid-range stuff with one Curve Topper and Wormcoil Engine to be able to kind of, we want to make sure we have something expensive to get with Karn, but nothing crazy, again, like Sundering Titan or Walking Ballista. And the rest of it's kind of just, some mid-range stuff like Batterskull can be good in certain spots, good against certain decks. Snaring Bridge is really important against, stuff like Death Shadow, other decks that are trying to attack you with some larger creatures. Maze Mind Tome for a bit of card advantage. I think this one's kind of cool because it's, it's some card advantage, but it's also can potentially be some life. If you need a bit of a life buffer, maybe you're short on mana for Batterskull or Wormcoil. And then obviously we have our Liquid Metal Coating. That's kind of been a fixture of Karn decks ever since Karn was printed as a way to, start blowing up their lands. So you definitely want that. And then we have a Needle for Planeswalkers because this deck is a little low on ways to deal with Planeswalkers. But again, not a ton of Karn tutor targets, just kind of the high-impact ones that this deck in particular wants access to. And then we round up the sideboard with Relic of Progenitus because I think Dredge is probably a bad matchup. Dredge is one of those decks where Blood Moon and Pillage aren't as effective against them, so you kind of need a little bit of help there. Weather the Storm for burn. If I can go ahead and move this weather, I don't know what's happening with MTGO. Burns, I think, probably not the greatest matchup. Again, another deck where Blood Moon and Pillage aren't quite as effective because their deck operates on such a low land count, and they have predominantly red spells anyway, so they don't usually care about Blood Moon. And then we have Flame Slash for the rise in popularity of Prowess with the printing of Clever Lumimancer, just to kind of round it out. Basically, in matchups like that where they have access to Lava Dart, you just get the clean swap, you cut all the Arbor Elves in your deck, add all the Flame Slashes, and you are much more consistent at killing things early. Like, obviously, you can have a turn 1 Utopia Sprawl draw, and the reason you keep your Sprawls over your Elves is so you're not susceptible to Lava Dart. So that is the deck. I hope you enjoyed kind of the little rundown. Again, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in just a little bit for the first round. This hand has lands and spells, but it doesn't have the best spell in my deck against him, so I'm actually going to ship this. There we go. This hand doesn't have mana acceleration, but we do have Ren and 6 to hit our land drops, so I think I'm going to keep this and ship Bone Crusher Giants. Just play this. Pass. Batterskull is better versus Burn Prowess, as you just don't have time. Yeah, I can see that too. Ren and Tix. The world like Emily. Farseek. Tireless Tracker? Why are you hating on Tireless Tracker? Don't be hating on Tireless Tracker. Just gonna get a Forest. I mean, they probably have Dryad. Their deck does have 4 Dryads in it, so... Do you like the badge? I thought the badge just came out nice. Chat is cut off on the right side a little bit. Is that better? Looks cool. Thought it was a picture, not a D. Had to open it up. Oh, yeah. Should be good now. I messed up with the sizing a little bit. Alright, so... What are we doing here? Could Bloodbraid. I think highest upside is Bloodbraid because I really want to pillage... If I pillage this forest, I think I'm like 90% to win. I mean, I'm probably a favorite anyways, but... Because, like, Karn's not really doing much this turn. I guess I could get coding and try and blow this up next turn. But if I minus that, I'm pretty sure their deck has a bunch of bolts. So that's not really a good proposition anyways. Yeah, but their deck has a lot of bolts, Brad, is the issue. So I think I'm just going to play Elf here. Seasoned Pyromancer. House, 9 months. Thank you for the 9 months, House. I'm going to discard the second Karn and the Tracker. Okay. Kind of wish I had a land to discard. Alright, do this. Go. Sub Baby Born? Yeah, what are we calling it? Pillage 1 card too deep? Yeah, I know. Sag. Pillage Sag. Alright, they have a Valakut. See, the thing is, they have Valakut in a lot of mountains, right? So they're BTLing for 2, well, 3, I guess, which is getting Tibalt? Pretty sure we can beat Tibalt, though. Oh, they're going to verse the Moon. Okay. Well... Let's crack this fetch. Let's get a forest. Let's get back the fetch. So I think... I kind of think I have to Bloodbraid Elf here. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is there anything I could Karn for? Could Karn for... Needle doesn't do much. Relic isn't doing much. Coding I can't cast. I could pillage the Valakut, which puts them on 5 lands. They go land 6, and BTL for Scape Shift would not be lethal because they only have 6 lands. So that might be a play. And then I would still have lethal next turn, right? Because I could 7 them to 10, and then next turn I would have Bloodbraid would present 10 damage. It's probably safer to pillage here, right? Because it's still the same clock. I think I'm supposed to pillage. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. Clock is still the same either way. The deck doesn't have Force Negation, right? I don't think so. You can also Ultimate Ren next turn. I don't know if it's going to come to that, but it's an option. I guess they can bring to life for Verdict here. But if they bring to life for Verdict... well, we'll see what happens. Shouldn't F6. Alright, Explore. So I guess if they have 2 untapped lands... okay, they have 2 tapped lands, so now they can't cast Scape Shift or Bring to Light. So they have to have interaction to survive. Because the elf does present a lethal attack. We drew a land. I think I'm going to Bloodbraid first. And then I'm just going to go to combat and see if they have an interactive spell. I'm just going to attack first, because they need a bolt to survive here. I guess the awkward part about this is now I can't... Right, now I can't ultimate the Ren and cast Pillage. I still think casting Bloodbraid was right there. They have Kaya's Guile. So what, gain 4... Gain 4, exile my graveyard. Okay, well the ultimate wasn't going to work out anyways. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they go to 3. Well... I am dead to Bring to Light. I don't know that there's much I can do about that, though, right? Look at this. A little late to the party. I guess I'm just gonna land back. Alright, go. I wonder if I messed this game up somewhere. I kind of assume they have it, right? Yeah. That was a tough game. I'm trying to think. Trying to think where it went wrong. So the turn I cast Pillage, I could have maybe played Karn. I don't know that that would have changed anything. Huh. That felt like a game that I should have won, but... oh well. As far as sideboarding is concerned... not really much going on. I don't want the relics. I want to keep all of my tutor targets for Karn. Just run it back, I think. I guess I could bring in Flame Slash over Bolt for Dryad. Minus the Ren? What, to deal them 1 point? I mean, if I ultimated the Ren, they would have just exiled my graveyard, so that wouldn't have worked out either. Yeah, also, if I don't cast Pillage that turn, I'm just dead to them having Scape Shift, because they would have needed 7 lands. So I think I had to cast Pillage the turn I did. Obviously, Blood Moon was right on turn 2, or turn 3. I mean, I guess I could have Karned on 4 instead of Elfing? I don't know. That's tough. Like, the more I think about it, I just don't think I had a realistic plan to win that game. I don't think any of my decisions really mattered that much. I'm going to bring in a couple Flame Slashes for Dryad, but I don't want a lot of them, I think. Maybe I'll bring in, like, 3. It is pretty important to kill Dryad. Bone Crusher Giant also kind of sucks, I think. Weather the Storm to mess up their Scape Shifts. Fran will never play around Weather the Storm. I guarantee it. The sand sucks. Sand is better. Put back a Bolt, I think. I'm going to lead with high upside play of Arbor Elf. Because if this doesn't get bolted, we can go turn 2, Sprawl, make 4 mana Elf, yada yada. Always Sprawl the basic for Blood Moon purposes. And I am just going to Elf here, try and spike a Moon, I think. That was worst possible, because they let on fetch land. Worst possible. I mean, you know, that's what happens when you spin the wheel. But classic worst possibles. Would have been sick if I had sideboard archive traps. You do, Gaz. Well, you still have the Founder Badge, right? You have the Founder. You have to go into your Twitch settings. You can remove the Founder Badge if you want the D badge. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to Pyromancer here and try and spike, like, Land plus Moon or Land plus Stone Rain. I don't think this Clothis is really necessary. Although, if I play Pyromancer and get swept, then I don't have much left. So maybe I want the Clothis. Like, how is this Clothis going to be fast enough? So let's say I just play Clothis and attack for 4. They go to 11. Next turn, Clothis puts them to 9. And then I play Pyromancer to turn on Clothis. I guess it is technically lethal next turn, right? If I play Clothis, they go to 11, 9. Then I bolt them to 6 and play Pyromancer, attack for 7. So it is technically lethal next turn. All right, I'll just play Clothis then. I don't know if that's right, but Yeah, it puts me up to 19. Putting me up to 19 is pretty huge. What's up, 100th? Yeah, going from 17 to 19 against Scapeshift requires them to have 8 lands and not 7, which is pretty huge. It does not, Gaz. 3 Explorers. What's up, Torwork? I'm doing good. How you doing today? I'm doing aight. Well, actually, they're just dead, right? Yeah, they're just dead. So, I don't really care about this. Them tapping out is good. Ooh, do they path? They may or may not have Path to Exile. Don't really think I can play around it, but... Bolt you. Alright, shove. I assume this is getting pathed. Yeah, obviously. God, Fran's so lucky. Fran is too lucky, chat. Although I am at 19 now, so they need... They only have 6 lands in play, so Landscape Shift does not kill me. They have to have Land Dryadscape Shift or Land Explorer. Landscape Shifts. It's all the residual Amulet luck? Yeah. He carried over the Amulet whitelist into Escape Shift playing. Yeah, they need a ramp spell and Escape Shifts. Get Pyroclasm. Yeah, they could have a sweeper too. Should also be bad. Yeah, if they have Bring Light, they can just get Wrath. Which they have to do, I would assume. There's no shot we have a Bloodbraid Elf on top. There is absolutely no chance there's a Bloodbraid Elf on top of my deck. Come on. Yeah, I would have to imagine this matchup is, like, heavily favored, like, for the Ponza side. But, I mean, you know, it is Fran we're talking about, so. Only the slash was a bolt? Yeah, I didn't bring out any bolts. I kept all the bolts in. Could have been a Bone Crusher Giant, but... Cycle Zagoth Triumph. I think that's good news. Alright, cool. I retract all I said about Fran having the most luck. Don't change anything for game 3. These are like the only 4 cards I'm considering. Everything else is kind of, again, Karn package or cards that I don't want. So, I mean, Bone Crusher Giant just doesn't seem that impactful. And I have to assume he has to keep in Dryad, so I want some Flame Slashes. I think this is good. Maybe Karn is too slow. You think 3 Slash is a lot? I mean, I thought about bringing in 4 just because of how important Dryad is, but... Alright, well, I have Elf Sprawl and a Karn, so I think I have to keep. No Blood Moon, but turn 2 Karn... Turn 2 Karn ain't too bad. Welcome to the family. Arbiter MTG gifting 2 subs to Alzik and Brain MTG. Thank you for the 2 gifted subs, buddy. Why didn't it play twice? I don't know why the notification didn't play twice. That was weird. But thank you for the 2 gifted. Hope you're having a good day, Arbiter. Up to a total of 168 gifted subs to the channel. Thank you so much for all the support. Alright, let's go this. Get basic. This. Red. And I think I'm just gonna get... What am I getting? I think I'm gonna play Karn and get Coding, and just start trying to blow up lands next turn. Kinda sucks if they have Bolt. But, like, what else am I doing? I could either play a single 3-mana card. If I plus now and then Coding next turn, I don't actually get to blow up lands. So I'm just going to go for high upside and minus, I think. Yeah, that's true. If they had bolt, they would have just killed the bird, so... That's a good point, yeah. Start doing the destroying of lands that's what our deck does. 160, yeah, you're insane, dude. Absolutely cracked. Huge supporter of the channel. Thank you so much again, buddy. Hope you're having a good day. Played this on a paper event a few weeks ago for a 4-0. Nice. I guess that can... Well, no, it can't, because we have Ren. I was going to say that can pressure Karn, but not really, because we have Ren in 6. Yeah, so now I can go kill their Valky, blow up probably their forest, depending on what land they play. But as of right now, they only have one green source, so... I kind of agree, yeah. As long as we can keep them off Brink to Light, which it seems like we should be able to do. Again, unless they have a Bolt. They could have drawn Bolt for this turn, maybe. Because they definitely still would have played Explore over Valky last turn. So they could have drawn Bolt this turn. Yeah. Does not look like they have the Bolt. They played another green source. Ooh. So I have 2, 4, 5, 6 mana. What if I just ignored Valky and blew up 2 lands here? And my card goes to 2. I mean, I guess it is a lot worse if they draw Bolt, right? Because I could just go Ren, kill their Valky, play Coding, Karn uptick, and then even if they draw Bolt, they still can't kill Karn, so they have to draw 2 Bolts. Or I could just blow up 2 lands and let my Karn go to 2. I don't know what's better here. Kind of think I just want to let Karn go to 2 here. I guess they could also do that, yeah, if I don't kill Valky. That's true. White Ninja 62, 2 months. Thank you for the 2 months, buddy. Alright, I'm just gonna kill Valky then. Yeah, because them making it into a tracker, I think, is a way that I could might be able to, like, a way for them to come back, you know. They're pathing their own Valky. I guess that makes sense. Okay. Well, that kind of sucks, because now they can bring to light even if I blow up a land here. So that's unfortunate. Assuming they have a land in their hand, obviously. Okay. So, blue, green, red, white. I think I'm going to leave the fetch land up for Tireless Tracker. Although I'm not trackering next turn, right? I guess I might. Can't really think of a reason to have the elf back. So let's play this. What land am I blowing up? This is Jeskai. So if I kill this, I cut them off black. If I kill this, they still have all 5 colors. This is the only way I can actually cut them off a color for BTL purposes. It is overall the worst land, though, right? Because I could just target this one now and next turn blow up the other green source. This land's just better. Alright, go. What would they BTL into? I don't know. They could Omnath into BTL. Which it looks like that's what they're doing. Worst case scenario for me. That's not good. That is not good. Why not hit black source? Well, I just want to try and blow up both of their green sources over the next 2 turns. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this is going to... Yikes. That's bad. That is bad. Very, very bad. Can tracker make a bunch of clues? It's tracker. Fetch. Fetch. And I could crack 2 clues, or I could blow up a land. I think I have to blow up a land here. Try and keep them off scape shift for as long as possible. Alright, yeah. Man. Why did they put the Deal the Planeswalkers on it? I have no idea. I can't believe I lost this game. I mean, this game's not over, but it's pretty damn close to over, I would assume. He had to have exactly Omnath plus fetch land. I don't know. I think I played this game right. I just think that I got Franned. Fran's too lucky. Not kill Omnath with Pillage? That's not what the card does. Destroy target artifact or land. Oh, shit! I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm so dumb. Yeah, you're right. I'm dumb. I'm just dumb. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I wish I knew what my cards did. Alright. Alright. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I messed this game up pretty badly. I just want to scoop so bad. Because I'm frustrated. Welcome to the family. Arbor MTG gifting a sub to Not Thoughtseer. Got him, chat. Thank you for the gifted sub, buddy. Appreciate you. Am I going to 1 here? Do I want to go to 1? I don't think I want to. I don't even think I want to crack this fetch. I don't even want to go to 3. The problem is if I don't do it, then I'm just going to die to Bring to Light or Scape Shift, right? Whatever. I'll just go to 1. I don't know if this is right, but... Should have moved first to enable fetch into Mountain, though? I should have, yeah. Okay. I did not play this game very well. We're dead. Dead. I did play that game kind of poorly. Don't know what they're playing. Should we keep a 1-lander? We are on the draw, and we have Sprawl and Ren. Yeah, I'm just going to keep this. I'm going to go turn 1 Sprawl in case they have a removal spell. Are they playing the Mirror? They might be playing the Mirror. Just going to get basic Forest here. I'm going to Sprawl here to play around their Ren. Red. Because next turn I could just go Ren, kill this, play Elf, and it's not that bad. Play around Pillage. I guess this is really bad if they have Pillage. Sure. Guess they have less Rens in their deck than Pillages. Yeah, that's fair. Well, they have Bolt too, right? So Bolt also kind of punishes me. So I could get basic Forests, Sprawl the other land, play Klothys. Kind of want to just play Klothys here. Just not worry about the Elf. Because if I Ren the Elf, they just get to kill the Ren anyways. But maybe that's not that bad. Because I could just triple spell, right? I could just go Oh, no, I can't. But I could go Ren, kill this, play Elf. Yeah, I could play all three of these if I wanted to. It's probably important to kill their Arbor Elf here, actually. Like, how much do I really care if the Ren dies? Because I have enough mana anyways. I don't really care that much, right? I think it's probably fine. I do have to name green, though, right? Oh, no, I can't do this. Yeah, I can't do this. You need to fetch Shock. It's worse if they have Blood Moon, though. Then I kind of get punked out. I mean, I just won't play the Elf then, right? Well, no, it doesn't matter. Because I can just name green and I have a red floating. Yeah, this doesn't matter. What am I saying? I can do it all anyways. This is fine. I don't want to fetch Shock there. It's not that bad, though. I still have double red as long as the Elf doesn't die. I guess if the Elf dies, this is kind of worse, but then Clothis can make second red for pillage, right? So it's not that bad. Well, I have Clothis. Clothis is second red. Even if the Elf dies, I have Clothis. I mean, I can't cast pillage next turn, but... Waiting Warrior, thank you for the follow. They have their own Ren. They have Stomp. Okay. Now I'm just going to play Clothis. And if I want to, I can even kill the Pyromancer and exile it with Clothis. I don't really think I need to do that quite yet, though. What I'm probably just going to do is go, like, exile, unless I draw a land, maybe Stomp the Pyromancer, play Bone Crusher Giant, or pillage them. What's up, Cedric? We did wake up and choose pillage. That's true. Decided to play the challenge-winning deck list from the weekend. So I did really well, so I wanted to try it out for myself. Main deck Gargaroth. Thank God they discarded that. Can never beat that card in a million years. I'm up at a stop on my draw step. Actually, there's no reason to. Okay. So if I want a second red mana, I have to exile a land with Clothis. Maybe I just kill the Elf with Stomp, play Bone Crusher. What else could I do? 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I think that's my best play, right? Just kill the Elf, play Bone Crusher. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Make red. Go. I said that for the longest time too, Cedric. Every time I tried to play this deck, my hands would always just be just a bunch of nonsense, like one land Utopia Sprawl hands. I don't know. They chose the one with green on it instead of the one with red on it. That's an interesting decision. Okay, so I can block Pyromancer, take 7, go to 6, exile the Pyromancer, go back up to 8, kill the Elf. This seems fine, right? Go to 6, exile Pyromancer. I don't even need to kill the Elf now. I can wait, right? There's no reason to do it now. Just pass. Okay. Nice thing is, now if they shove, we can bolt the Elf, block the Pyromancer, and then eat the Pyromancer. Yeah, this ends up working out really well for us. Because now they don't have mana to exile the Pyromancer, so I'm going to get it with Clothis. So go to 6. Oh, they just have 2 bolts? I guess they could have 2 bolts. Can't play around 2 bolts. They don't. Go back up to 7, right? Fetch a tap land. And then go back up to 7 after the Clothis. That was a good draw. That was an incredible draw. Discard these 2. And just pass. Now we're kind of miles ahead. I mean, we're a little low, but not too low, so I think we should be fine. People like blood mooning their opponents and blowing up their lands? Yeah. It's an acquired taste. It is an acquired taste. What is their best draw? I mean, obviously another Bloodbraid, right? That doesn't really matter. Yeah, they have no good attacks. I mean, I guess their best draw is probably just Klothys, right? To try and match my Klothys. Could Karn here. What am I Karning for? Not much. Could get the Tome. Probably just get Batterskull, right? Just make a mana with Klothys, minus get Batterskull. Even if the Karn dies, whatever, that's fine. If I draw a land next turn, I can go make a mana here, cast Batterskull, and that should be good enough. Yeah, so let's make a mana with Klothys. I'm not really in danger of dying either. They only have one card. I don't need to go to 9 here. So I'm just going to make a mana. I'm just going to snap minus for Batterskull. Where is it? Batterskull. No attacks. We're just playing defense. I think you just play 2 elves. If I play 2 elves, next turn I would have 7, 8 mana potentially, right? With the Karn, or with the Klothys. 2, 4, 6, 7, Klothys is 8, land would be 9. So if I played 2 elves and drew a land, then I could have played Karn and Batterskull in the same turn, but ended up working out. Make green. Just plus on nothing. Play Batterskull. Pass turn. Seems there are less and less blue-white decks making it to top 32. What do you think of the state of control? I don't know. The thing about control is, like, I know that Yendrick is big on Esper. Pillage my Batterskull, that's fine. I know that Yendrick is big on Esper, but I think that in order to make Esper good, you have to, like, the mana's just really rough, because you need to have interaction against prowess so early and so often that you end up just taking a lot of damage from your lands, and they kind of just burn you out. So, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of control right now. I think I'm just going to trade. Yeah, trade's fine. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, the 2 elves this turn is Animation Cloth this time. Or I could just elf Bone Crusher. I mean, I could kind of just, like, take some random game actions at this point, I think. This is probably a little aggressive, but... Maybe I'm going to leave back the 1/1s just in case. I don't know what could happen, but... The damage reason is why he's playing River of Tears. Yeah, that's fair. River of Tears is just such an awkward card sometimes, though. Alright, what are we doing against the Mira? Lame Slash in, Blood Moon out. I think Pillage is still good for Utopia Sprawl purposes. Weather seems like garbage. I think I want to leave all this stuff in the board for Karn Father. Maybe these relics? Relic might seem bad, but it's actually not the worst against Wrenn and 6 and Seasoned Pyromancer. But it also kind of shuts off your own Wrens and Pyromancer, so I think it's actually not very good. I think I like this config. Alright, what do we got? Game 2. Excuse me, Game 2 on the draw. MH2 is probably going to provide some shakeups, I would assume. I don't know what those are, but I would assume it's going to provide some shakeups. This hand is a no-go. No bueno. Hand's also kind of medium. I do think it is keepable, especially on 6. This card's really good and carries a lot of weight, so I think I'm actually going to keep this. Yeah. Hopefully they play an elf and not a sprawl. Deal. I think I'm just going to Stomping Ground. Try and save fetches in case I find a tracker. Might get spoilers next week. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Given how much of a... mostly a train wreck MH1 was. Yeah, Forest is fine. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Well, I mean, a train wreck as in it ruined a lot of formats. Pillage my village. Alright, you got it. My village has been pillaged. Alright, I guess that was a reason to just lead on... Well, I couldn't lead on a fetch land, right? Because I needed to play Stomping Ground on turn 1 to kill the elf. So there's no way I could have led on fetch land. Ozzy Oz, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, but that's just not healthy, Crater. That is just the opposite of healthy. This time it's also Mox Opal? Yeah. Alright, I do think I want to get a Stomping Ground. Because I drew the basic mountain, which means I can't fetch basic mountain next turn. Okay, that's not bad. Gives me a thing to do. I think I'm just discarding 2 lands. Yeah, I'm just going to keep the elf. Okay. Those are cards. They're not great cards, but they're cards. As long as we don't get pillaged here and we can elf into Klothys, best possible. I feel like I'm getting pillaged, though. Yeah. Kind of had a feeling they had that. Maybe I wasn't supposed to play Sprawl and just discarded the Pyromancer and keep a land. Might have been better. That actually probably would have been better now that I think about it. I'm just going to take this trade. Trade's going to happen at some point. I don't want to take a bunch of damage from that. I guess this is concerning. Guess hypothetically, I could have not blocked to try and pressure their Wrenn. Like, if I drew a removal spell for this, if I drew my own Wrenn, I could, like, ping this, attack their Wrenn, but... I mean, now we're just dead, right? They have Wrenn plus Pillage. What's up, Da Vinci? Who's this Aussie guy? What happened? Oh. Yeah, that dude can that person can get the fuck out of here. Can we just ban that dude? Yeah, let me just do this. I'm just gonna ban him. You timed him up, but I'm just gonna ban him. Glory Banger. Alright, we're dead. We're dead. Close game. It wasn't salt, it was just like unnecessary, irrelevant comments. I don't know. Just weird shit. Yeah. Well, Terry, you don't spout a bunch of nonsense. Or at least the nonsense that you spout is, like, somewhat reasonable, you know? That's when you know you're in a good Twitch channel, when Terror's not banned. This hand has no mana acceleration, but I think Klothys is, like, far and away the best card in the matchup, and I think I'm actually just supposed to keep this hand. Just because it has Klothys and Bolt for Elf. I don't know. I could see mulliganing for sure, but... Is Terror banned in Yama's chat? Why did I play that tapped? I should have played it untapped. Oh, they didn't have Elf anyways, so who cares? Guess I'll play this one tapped. They have Ren and 6. Considering bolting this, is there any reason to? I play Clothis next turn. I don't think there's a reason to bolt it now. I don't think so. But I actually do want to fetch here, because in a world where they get this land back, play a fetch land, and don't crack it, I want to make sure that there's a land in the graveyard for me to be able to Clothis, so I can go Karn minus Needle Wren. So I think I am supposed to fetch here. Chance they might just fetch anyways, but... I guess if they pillage me, then I can't Karn minus Needle, but... So we know they have a Foothills, right? I think that's the one they got back. Yeah, Foothills. Looks like we're getting pillaged. Which is not the worst because of Clothis. Ooh, didn't get pillaged. I guess that is kind of annoying, though. Now what? Now what? So I could make a mana. Ponza Mirror is pretty bad, yeah. It's a tough turn. I could make a mana, and I would have access to 5. I could play Elf plus Bolt. I could play Elf plus Elf. I could play Karn plus Bolt. I could exile a spell and just play Elf. Really, really tough turn. And it's hard because you have to make a decision before you know what you're Bloodbraiding into. Like, assuming I am casting Bloodbraid Elf. I think I should just make a mana. I feel like it's highest upside. Because then, let's say I hit like a Ren in 6, I could ping their Elemental, bolt their Pyro, attack Ren. You know, or any removal spell for that matter. If I hit a bolt, I could just double bolt Ren. Yeah, I think I'm going to make a mana and just leave up a Stomping Ground. Stomperino, so I can stomp Ren, bolt Ren. I'm down with that. Alright. And pass. Not a bad turn. We're ahead on mana, we're ahead on board. I have a lot more cards in hand, but... Mussy, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome everybody from Mussy's stream. 4-1 with Boomer Blue-White. Nice. But they have Bone Crusher Giant. Okay. Again, I'm going to put a stop on my draw step. You always want to put a stop on your draw step in case you hit a removal spell and you want to, like, in your draw step, kill the Pyromancer, go to main phase, exile the Pyromancer. So, now, I think I'm going... Did they miss a land drop? Did they just not play a land that turn? I think I'm just going to Ren minus here, play Bone Crusher. Which means I need to exile a land. Make red, green, this. Down tick here. Cast Bone Crusher. Pass. Performed well, but yeah, it's sketch. Do you have, like, when you say Boomer, do you mean, like, Restoration Angel and that kind of stuff? Or anyone caught on to the new Red-White Dragon deck? Don't know if I know what you're referring to. Define Red-White Dragons. Alright, draw step stomp again, just in case. Drew an elf. Just keep making mana, right? Can double spell. Red. Lightning bolt. I'm just gonna kill their stuff. Could have bolted them, but I don't know. It's just like... I think I'm far enough ahead where I can just kill their stuff and be okay. They have 2 Bone Crushers, but they just don't have a lot of mana, you know? Now I could probably start turning the corner with Klothys. Start exiling spells. Oh, the Turns deck. I tried that deck on stream, and it was not very good. I was not a fan of that deck. Pillage. So I have access to potentially 6 mana. If I wanted to exile land. I do have to worry about... They do have 5 drops in their deck, which does kind of concern me. So this might be a turn I want to pillage. Because they have stuff like Gargaroth and Glorybringer. Whereas, like, if I tap out for Karn, like, plus and say go, it's not very good, is it? If they have a 5-drop. Although, if they have a Gargaroth, I don't care too much, because then I could just get Bridge the turn after, maybe. Like, I'm just trying to play defense. And I think Pillage actually accomplishes playing defense better. Because they've been missing a bunch of land drops. It's kind of weird to do this, but... Yeah, we could also potentially... Yeah, I see what you're saying. Wait 1 turn on Karn. So if we draw a land, we could potentially just make mana with Klothys. They hit Utopia Sprawl. Got sort of punished for using the Pillage there, but... 2, 4, 5. I'm 2 devotion away from turning on Klothys. The thing is, it's so unlikely for Klothys to be able to be turned on, because they likely have a removal spell in their hand. Their hand is still just 2 spells. So I think I might just trade. Just try and keep the board clear. Okay, we drew a land, which means... Now I could bridge, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could bridge, and they can only attack with 3 1/1s. It's really bad if they have Pillage, but... I think I'm still going to do it. Karn... Minus... Like, my Karn's gonna die, but I have a backup Karn anyways. So I don't think that's too concerning. Because even if this Karn dies, then I can just go, same thing, make mana Karn plus, or even just exile Karn plus, go Hellbent, yada yada. Liquid Metal, their Sprawled Forest. Yeah, maybe. They hit Ren and 6. Okay. It doesn't get around the bridge, so they have to kill Karn, I would assume. You're often the last thing I hear, even after my girlfriend. Nice, nice. The problem with liquid metaling their Sprawled Forest is they still get to attack with this. And if they have something like Glorybringer, it's really bad for me. And we know they have Glorybringer in their decks. They showed it to us last game. Drew a Utopia Sprawl. So now I guess I just exile a spell, Karn plus, go empty-handed. Or I could Karn minus for Needle, and Needle the Ren, still be empty-handed. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. I don't think it matters too much. Sprawl this, name red. So I have access to 3 mana. They're on 5. To be Needle. I feel like the Ren might just be too slow anyways. Could Coding, but Coding is kind of sketch because they have enough mana regardless. Plus, if I Coding, they just get a land back and still have 5 mana. Even if I Coding this. I kind of want to just shut off the Ren and 6. Just pass. This is your full-time job right now, or do you also have a day job because there are some crazy hours that I stream? No, this is all I do. I chose to pick the time slot because that's, I don't know, it just felt like it was my favorable time slot. I don't, like, the thing is, early in the morning, it takes a while for me to wake up, but I don't know. I just like this time slot, you know. So this hand has a lot of mana, 2 bolts. This hand looks bad, and it's not great. That being said, we do have access to 4 mana on turn 2. And even if Elf dies, we still have basically all of our mana. We just need to find a threat. I think this hand is borderline, but I want to try it. Yeah, I want to keep this too. Also, if they're playing a creature deck where Bolt is good, like, this hand's just awesome, right? This hand just has a lot of time. Verdant Catacombs. It may or may not be a good thing. Okay. Let's just do this. Get forests. Make red. Might as well attack for 1. They're not playing Shadow because they didn't reveal Luris, so. Can't imagine a world where I would need to double bolt this turn. Like, if they play Goyf, we can just single bolt it. Right, yeah, exactly. It just, like, this hand has a lot of potential. Jun Classique, huh? I don't care too much about that. This matchup is usually pretty good for us. Don't have a lot of action going on, but... Giggy, why can't this deck play a companion? If only we had a companion. They have Liliana. They fetched Stomping Ground. That is surprising. Just no fear. Oh. Well, that's bad. I mean, it is, but it isn't, right? Like, yeah, it's a 2-for-1, but I also just have 4 mana anyway, so, like, I don't really care that much. Like, it's annoying for sure, but... did I mess... I think I maybe was supposed to cast a Bolt last turn. Because now I have to discard both of them. I think it's okay, though. I didn't think about drawing that exact card. Those are good cards. Well, the Karn is. I maybe was supposed to cast a Bolt there. Okay. I can't believe that they fetched Stomping Ground the turn that they played Maelstrom Pulse. Like, they knew we were Ponza. We showed them that we had Sprawl on red. Well, punished. Should I attack? Nah. I don't think I actually want to fetch. Alright, you have a forest. Forest is fine. How is there no Luris command? If one of the mods wants to make a Luris command, you can make whatever you want. I trust your judgment. Bolt Season Pyromancer. So best possible, or that's yikes. That is a big ol' yikes. I think I'm just gonna trade for the elementals. I have 2 cards left. I think it's better to cast this than flash this back. Ooh. Alright. Also best possible. That was a good turn. Did you untilt Giggy? Or I thought Giggy side tilt. Never mind. Get the trade here. Sheesh. Let's get some use out of that Shishi emote. By the way, chat, I don't know if y'all saw this, but Sheesh. Tarmogoyf. I think I want to wait on this until I have 7 mana so I can play Bridge in the same turn. I think the most conservative line is just make a bunch of 1/1s over the next few turns, right? Like, if I just make chump blockers every turn, I think we're fine, right? You want a Bloodbraid and Spike a Pillage? Here's the issue. If we cast Bloodbraid Elf, let's say we hit, like, I don't know, a Blood Moon or a Ren and 6. I guess Ren wouldn't be bad because we could get a land back and also play Tracker. But, like, if we brick, like, Blood Moon, Utopia Sprawl, Clothis might be good enough. There's just, like, I feel like there's too many bricks, and they could just Bolt Elf, attack us for 6, we go to 4. But I guess, like, worst case scenario, if that happens, the next turn we could just make some tokens. And they're down a 3rd Bolt, which is not that bad. It's definitely high upside to play Bloodbraid Elf. Alright, I'm with it. I don't know if this is right, but... I actually think I just want to play Bone Crusher Giant. I think stomping them is kind of irrelevant, and I just want to make a bunch of blockers. I may even double block here. And just, like, be okay with trading these two for a bolt. Because that's just a bolt that's not going upstairs, and I feel like them burning me out is the only way they're going to get out of this. Because they can't really kill the Blood Moon. They could play more Goyfs, but... I think this is good. And they didn't even have a bolt. Very good for me. They could have another Goyf. They do. They have 1 card left. 1 card left, and it's definitely not a bolt. Well, I think it might be Chump Blocker's time now. I could Karn for... Oh, you know what? I could just Karn for a Relic. Is that good? The problem with Karning for a Relic is I lose 3 Pyromancers. Like, it does shrink their Goyf to basically non-existent, but... Yeah, but we have 3 Pyromancers, though. Do you really want to give up on 3 Pyromancers? I could also just pillage the forest, play Tracker, Chump Block. But they've already gone through 2 Goyfs, so I think I like that less. I'm just going to pass. You want to pop green, play Tracker? That's what I was thinking, too. I think that play is reasonable. But I kind of want to take it a little bit slow, because, like, if we draw a land, we don't really care about the Goyf anyways, right? Because we're just gonna bridge them if we draw a land. No, they get 2 free 1/1s. I don't know. I don't really understand that. Why would they bolt there? That's a weird bolt. Yeah, now I'm just going to get bridge. I guess my Karn goes to 1 if I get bridge, but I think that's okay. Tracker or Hexdrinker in this deck? I'm still not a fan of Hexdrinker versus Lava Dart and Red and 6, so I would still play Tracker, I think. Like, they kind of serve similar purposes, but I think Tracker is just better overall in more matchups. Hexdrinker is just a liability against so many decks. And Hexdrinker is not only a liability against a bunch of decks, but it's also a liability against decks that you already have a bad matchup against, you know? So. I'm just not a fan of Hexdrinker. Yeah, I mean, Hexdrinker is kind of a 3-mana card. It is and it isn't. But, alright. Plus on nothing. I don't want them bolting my bridge. I just get to dump my hand here, right? Sprawl this. Name green. Pillage forest. Look at this. Go. Now they should be locked out. I guess hypothetically, if they drew basic swamp, they could have another Kolaghan's Command. But it's like the only thing I could imagine, right? Let's do this. I'm just going to draw a card now. See if I can find some action. That kind of counts. Ish. I'm actually not going to return a lane here so they can't attack with the... Oh, it doesn't matter because I'm going to get... Yeah, I'm going to get my own thing back. Plus on nothing. And pass. Bridge tracker combo. We'll eventually find a Klothys. Like, I just don't really think there's any way out of this for them. And once we find a Klothys, then it's just easy mode. This is just the full lock. Essentially the full lock. I declare blocks. Okay. Block skis. Block skis. Wish I had a ballista on my sideboard. Not that I really need it, but let's do this. This. Any Klothys? Yeah, I'll just guess that. Plus on nothing. Plus on this. Proceed. You think Ren Ult might win first? Maybe, yeah. The awkward thing about Ren Ult with a Bloodbeard in play is we can't fetch. You know what I mean? So, like, a Ren Ultimate is a little bit less good because we never get lands back into the graveyard once they're in play, but at that point it just almost doesn't matter. Exclamation point Tybalt. Alright, what do we want against Jund? We could bring in Relic and Flame Slash. Is Flame Slash good enough against them? It maybe sometimes could kill Tarmogoyf. I don't know. I guess it does kill Goyf a decent percentage of the time. But Relic is also pretty good against Goyf. That being said, I don't really know what's bad. I could cut Arbor Elf. It's probably right to cut Arbor Elf. Maybe we do -4 Elf, because they have a bunch of Wrens. And then 2 of each of these. Keeping 1 Relic in the sideboard that we can Karn for. I don't hate this. The combo removal is Relic with Slash. Yeah, but like, you don't want to always rely on having to draw Relic of Progenitus to make your Flame Slash live, you know? But I think Relic is very good in this matchup because of Goyf and Kroxa. So I think I want to bring in 2 Relics, keep 1 in the sideboard for Karn, and I think Elf is my worst card by a lot, so I'm just going to do this. 3 Stomping Grounds. Do you play 4? I don't know. I haven't played Ponza in a minute, so I don't know what's stock and what's not. Yeah, this hand's fine. Remember, we boarded out Arbor Elf, so we're not really, like, aggressively trying to mulligan to Mana Acceleration. Also, our opponent's playing a Thoughtseize deck, so I'd much rather just keep a hand that has, like, a decent mix of lands and spells than trying to find something very specific. They decided to take Relic, which makes sense. Probably have like a Goyf or a Ren here. Alright, let's just get Stomping Ground. Okay, go. It may or may not be a good draw. I may just end up discarding it. It's a Pyromancer. The reason I would want to do that as opposed... No, that's stupid. I'd probably just cast it. If they do nothing, I'll probably just stomp them, untap Pyromancer. You discard 2 lands. See what they do. No play. Okay. Interesting. Kind of means they probably have like a Bloodbraid Elf the turn after, right? So maybe I don't want to stomp them. Let's actually not stomp them. I should have got Stomping Ground, but... Klothys. Alright, well, new plan. Cast that one. This card is so hard to beat for Jund. New plan. That was a good draw, by the way. If you didn't realize, that was a good draw. They may have brought in Diglamer. Sometimes they have that in their sideboard, but outside of that, it's just so hard for them to beat that card. So is their hand just all removal? Has to be, right? Ren and 6. Another decent draw. I think what I might do this turn is just Ren Pyromancer. Or I could just exile a spell and play Bloodbraid Elf. I'll just play Bloodbraid Elf. I don't know if this is right, but... Yeah, they probably have a Decay or a Trophy, which is kind of why I want to play a Bloodbraid Elf, because it allows me to quote-unquote double spell. So it's like, if I just play Ren... I guess if I Ren and Pyromancer and they have Decay, then... You know. Well, we got the Ren anyways. And this is actually good, because now they're probably going to kill the Ren in 6, right? It is kind of awkward that this goes in the stack while... Or this resolves while the Bloodbraid is still in the stack. So if they had a removal spell for Ren, they could have killed it with the Bloodbraid still in the stack. But it looks like they don't. So I don't really know what their hand is. If it's not Decays or maybe a push. Oh, well, they messed that up. They were supposed to decay this with the Bloodbraid still in the stack, but we'll take it. We will take it. I'll take my free land. Alright, Bolt resolves. Paid actor. Confirmed. I mean, you're the one who confirmed that, not me, so that's on you. They gonna fire up the band? They are. Does get it out of bolt range, which is annoying. Okay. So I could exile a land, play Pyromancer with 3 mana up, just discard 2 lands. Then I could just cast Bone Crusher Giant. Kind of down with that. Red, this, Pyromancer, discard these 2. Oh, or I could just do that. That works too. That works too. Alright, your move. New plan. Yeah. New plan. And now they don't have green mana, so it's pretty hard for them to kill this Blood Moon, I would assume. Cleansing Wild. Ooh, the tech. So now they can get a basic forest. That is 5-head. 5-head. Blackleaf Cliffs comes into play untapped with a Blood Moon in play. Good deck building. Turn 6. Me. My turn. Karn, the Great Creator. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So red and 6 turns on Klothys. think I'm just going to exile a spell, play Ren, play Bone Crusher, and just chill. Yeah. I guess I'll attack with both, but... So you can drag me to... Let's get a land back. I could also play Karn here. The only issue I have with playing Karn is, hypothetically, let's say they go untap, Decay, Blood Moon, they can play a land and fire up their Ravine, which is a 5/5. So they could put Karn to 1. Whereas if I play... Yeah, I think it's better to just play Bone Crusher. I'm just going to attack first, right? Because if they have Bolt, they're going to kill this. Even if I play Bone Crusher, I would still only have 6 Devotion. So I'm just going to attack first. Yeah, I mean, it probably doesn't matter too much, but... So they're going to kill this. That's fine. Alright, let's just play Bone Crusher. It doesn't turn on Klothys. Not that it matters, because Klothys is tapped anyways, but... This potentially could be a chump blocker for Ravine if they have Decay for Blood Moon, but... But they kind of have to have Decay just to be in this game, right? Ooh. Wildfire again, 5-head. Alright, now they can... I guess they can flashback Kroxa. Okay. Well, no, they can't, because I just exile with Klothys, so... Kroxa not the best against Klothys. Not the best. Alright, exile your Kroxa. 2, 4, 5, 6. Let's get back a land. Let's play Karn. Let's just get the coding, I think? Sure. I mean, it kind of sucks if they have Bolt, but... Actually, let's just get the book. Let's just get the book. I'm down to draw some cards. Like I said, it kind of doesn't matter at this point, but... I want to get the book just so we can say we got the book. Can't leave the book, you know, feeling lonely. Ooh. Bolt, yeah. Bolt, yeah. Alright. Inquisition resolves. What you got? Yeah, we need to start praying to the Klothys. Praying to the god of Klothys. I know Spike does it. Card's kind of busted. Well, against Jund, that is. 2021 cards beating 2013 decks. I mean, where else was it going to be? This hand's kind of sketch. Hand is kind of sketch. If this elf dies, we kind of don't go anywhere. I feel like any hand with a single removal spell is better than this. I'm going to ship this. I actually think this hand's better. It's not much better, but... Because we need to find lands. That being said, if we find lands, I think this hand is good enough. I'm going to try this and put back second Karn. There's a lot of risk in keeping this hand, but... I'm just going to go basic Forest Sprawl, name red. El Goblino. Give me a land. Don't do me dirty, Goblin God. Give me a land. Obviously. We all knew that was going to happen. Yep. You know what the sick part? You know what the sick part is, though? Maze Mind Tome can scry to find lands for Goblin Guide activations. Now that is 5-head. That is the most 5-head thing I've ever seen. Feels so good when we draw the eye, alright. Wayward Guide Beasts. Alright, Goblin Guide. Please give me a land. Exile Riftbolt. Please give me a land. I need it bad. I need it bad. Arbor Elf. Well, shit. I go to 13. I actually have to play Tome here. If I play Elf, it's just going to die to the Riftbolt. And if I play Tome, I get more looks at land for Goblin Guide. And then next turn, I can actually go Elf, Storm, gain 6. So I am just going to play the Tome. And I got 2 looks at a land now. The Goat Lul feels owned. Yeah. So go to 10, go to 6. I mean, I might just lose this turn. They have 2 1-mana spells in their hand. Like Lava Spike Lightning Bolt or Skewer. Any combination of those 2 cards. Delotrius, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Chad, if you're not following the stream, make sure to hit that follow button. I'd appreciate you. 7. 3. Scry. Bottom. Alright, we got there. It's probably too late, but we got there. Do I think Karnza or Karnless Ponza is better ATM? I think Karn offers you a toolbox that you didn't have access to previously. I think I like the Karn version more. Ooh. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing, chat? I could Flame Slash plus Weather, go up to 2, gain 6, go to 8. And then probably kill the Goblin Guide. Well, I mean, I kind of wanted to leave this in play because it makes it harder for them to double spell. Like, let's say, hypothetically, their hand... I guess their hands... Like, their deck is just all 1-mana spells anyways, right? Well, I was tapped out. They would have just bolted me last turn. So I don't think they have a bolt. Unless they just wanted to slow roll me. I was tapped out last turn. They would have just cast it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Alright, gain 6. Go to 8. I don't love this play, but keeping the Goblin Guide in play makes it, you know, more likely that we hit lands off the Tome. Although I still feel pretty dead regardless. Whoa. P-Sams, that is a throwback. When's the last time you saw that card cast? That is a throwback. I appreciate it, though. The boomer in me is happy. Top. Spirit. Let's hear it. Is this Popper Burn? No, they have a Goblin Guide in play. They have a Sunbake Canyon. It's not that pop. It's Popper-ish, but... I thought about getting a Mountain last turn. Alright. Spin the wheel. Could have scried before spinning the wheel, maybe. Well, I'm the best. Alright, so as long as I don't get burned out, I feel pretty good about this game. I think I'm actually going to ship these 2. Yeah. Karn's just too slow, I think. Can I even attack? I mean, I could attack, but I'm not going to. What do I think on the Brinkslight decks from the last Modern Challenges? I think those decks are good. I know that, you know, a lot of people have been having success with it. Personally, outside of the one league that we 5-0'd, I've had some very mixed results with it, so I'm not as big of a fan of it. I know that people have been adapting it and trying different things, but it is a powerful deck. It has a lot of utility because Bring to Light just naturally, just gives you access to a ton of different things. So, wait, that's their turn? Just Giganta? Well, alright, now I feel pretty far ahead. It's an aggressive attack. Now I actually don't really want lands, so I'm just going to let this trigger go. Like, I'd rather just find a spell, I guess I'll block. Alright, so I got a 4. But I do get to go back up to 8. Okay. Alright, so let's scry with the book. Try and find the second weather. Lightning Bolt. So what I wanted to do was get basic Mountain and play Pyromancer to try and spike the other weather. So I kind of want to just bottom this. I think I have enough blockers where I don't need that. Is there any reason for not just chumping Keldon? Oh, because it's going to die next turn? Yeah, maybe keeping the Bloodbraid Elf would have been better there. Yeah, that's a good point. Because I would just have a 3-2 instead of a 1-1. It's just going to die anyways. Yeah, I guess I could see that. You're probably right there. Well, excuse me, that's probably better than just casting Pyromancer, right? I would assume so. Okay. Yeah, it's not the best. I think I can afford to leave 1 token back, because they don't have Searing Blaze in their deck. And if they're using spells on tokens, it's probably with real spells, With actual burn spells. I think this is okay. But yeah, you're right, Hamud. I forgot. I should have chump blocked the Marauders last turn for sure. I would just have a second elf in play for basically free. Is that what I think it is? Sheesh. Sheesh. God. That is certainly a copy of the Biblioplex. Throwback? Yeah, I guess it's kind of a throwback. Oh, man. It's too good. I'm gonna leave the fetch uncracked for Tracker. Also, there's a bunch of cards in the bottom that I don't really want to shuffle back in, so... Okay, it's not alright. I'm gonna lead on Pyromancer. I don't really care as much about cards, and more so about just, like, trying to find the other weather. Okay. So I could bolt this, go to 5. Attack them for 5, they go to 7, and then I would have lethal next turn. I do end up at 5, though. There's not much of a difference between 5 and 6, though. I don't think. I don't think so. How much does this thing cost to activate? Well, it's kind of a combo, right? Because you get to Guide Beast to pick up lands to reset the Biblioplex, right? That's just like that's 5-head. That's just 100% 5-head, right? Pick up lands to get you to 7 cards. I like it. Kraken Canyon. Okay, that's a good sign. Although I don't feel great. Just basically dead any 2 burn spells. Unless they have a pile of skewers in their hand. 3 mana. Rift Bolt me. Okay, am I dead? Feel like I'm dead, chat. Feel like I'm dead. Alright, we're dead. Yeah. So I guess the only way I could have played around that is not casting the bolt, because I wouldn't have cracked any fetches. I still would have been at 7. And then I could have chump blocked the Marauders. But then I still would have gone to 6 and just died the turn after, right? Yeah. Because this would have... The Marauders would have died, forcing me to 6, and then they just had 2 burn spells anyways. So, I still would have died the turn after. We lost the Guide-Beast Biblioplex game? Oh, yeah. Specifically, we lost to the Biblioplex. Because they put it into play, and then we lost the game. That's how that works, right? Regardless of the fact of whether they would ever activate it or not. That has no relevance. Alright. Be on the play for game 3. Let's not get Biblioplexed again, shall we? Appreciate y'all hanging out in the stream tonight. Hope you're having a good Monday evening, wherever you are in the world. Be sure to follow the stream if you're not already. Would much appreciate it. Maybe considering checking to see if you have a Twitch Prime sub available. If you don't know, if you're not aware and you have Amazon Prime and you link it to your Twitch account, you actually get 1 free subscription per month to your favorite streamer. That may or may not be me, but in any case, it's free, so you might as well use it. Yeah, Biblioplex tap for mana, so we lost. Look at that. On cue. Have a Bovita, Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, buddy. Just Santa Keeper chat. This elf dies. If this elf dies, it's real sketchy. If it doesn't die, less sketchy, but... What do you think, chat? Actually forgot I had Twitch Prime? Nice. What does chat think? I think this hand's very, very close, and I will let chat influence my decision. I want to keep it, but I don't know if that's right. Wish Giggy was here. What would Giggy do? Giggy, help. Should I keep her or should I mull? Should I keep or should I mull? Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, Parathian. It's like, even if the elf dies, we still have a removal spell on turn 2. Absolute worst case scenario. Crimson Zerg, tier 1. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub, buddy. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Doom Room. Let's get some sub hype going in the chat. Sounds really close. I'm gonna mulligan it, but I think it's really, really close. Well, this hand is a lot better. Put back Flame Slash, I think. Holy crap, this hand is a lot better. I'm gonna play Stomping Ground tapped. The last one was a much worse 6. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Yeah, I know, right, Ricardo? Yeah. That's also why I didn't shock there, by the way. I could have shocked there, but if they have Rift Bolt on turn 1, I just take 2 damage for no reason, so... And this weather next turn may or may not be the nuts. I think it's actually worth not playing Elf for 2 reasons. 1, it means I get to keep up weather, and 2, if I play the Elf, they probably just kill it anyways. So, And if for some reason I don't get a good weather turn, I can then save Elf for a big turn where I cast, like, you know, Elf, Bolt, Weather. So I think it's better to hold. And I have enough stuff to do with 2 mana that I don't really need to play an Elf that turn. Like, imagine the world where they just play 2 1-mana spells here. Okay, or that. So I could gain 9. Gain 9's not bad. Could gain 9, next turn play Elf, Bolt that thing. Prediction? What are we predicting? Oh. I mean, that's just free points, right? I think I'm going to cast the Weather. I'm going to get a basic mountain. Get a basic mountain so that I can cast 2 red spells. 2 minutes. Basically just countered 3 spells, right? Okay. I guess there's no reason to bolt now. Let's just play Elf Pass. So chemical. Was Beers the only one that voted? And nobody else partook in the predictions? Wayward Guide Beasts. Oh, I see. They chose not to attack with Wayward Guide Beasts. Alright. Deal. 23 life. Was only open a few seconds. Well, you can, if you want to redo it, you can, it's up to you, dude. I don't mind. I didn't even know you were making one, but you can redo it and leave it open for longer. Although this game's not going to last much longer, probably. Skewer that thing, sure. Although maybe it is. Who knows? Who knows? Karn, the Great Creator. Alright, pass. I'm going to Bone Crusher the Guide Beast and potentially bolt something else if they play it. And then next turn play a 4-3. Oh! Pause champ? Pause champ? Oh, they're not attacking with the beast! No, because that means they're never activating this. If they attack with this, they could pick up a land to get to activate it, you know? If only they were attacking with the beasts. Opponent does not care about your prediction. What's up, TJ? Can't open it back up. Oh, Satch. That's fine. I mean, if they're not attacking with this, I'm just not going to kill it, so... Bone Crusher. They can do it Hellbent? No, they have to have 7 cards in their hand. Oh, exactly 0. Right. I thought they could only do it if they had 7. I forgot it was 0 or 7. Oh, okay. Alright, well, never mind. Looks like Beers is going to get paid out. They only have 1 card left. No, why are they drawing a card? What? Why are they drawing a card? No! They just know that you have the prediction set up, you know? They're like, there's no way I'm paying out this guy and activating this Biblioplex. Absolutely no shot. They're gonna get to 7. I guess they could. Well, they're gonna put Giganta in their hand this turn, so... Yeah, opponent is just like the most 5-head deck builder of all time. I like what's going on here. Some real 5-head stuff going on. It's just perfect. It's just absolutely perfect. Ooh, the book. The book? Alright, book. I'm actually going to save my removal spells, because, like, I don't really care about a 2-2, and I'd much rather just save 2 spells to kill a 5-5. Because I don't think they're even attacking here, because I think they're playing as Giganta. Shiny D, yeah, we get new sub-badges. New sub-badges are here. Alright, I've been skewered. If they attack, I guess I might kill it. Yeah, alright, fine, I'll kill it. Because the last card's Giganta, so... I stole 2 lands away from it. And I could also just find a Wren, or another Flame Slash, or another Bolt. So, I just want to find a land here. Probably not a Stomping Ground. That's probably good enough. I'll take that. Go. Giganta. Oh, what did they do that? I thought they put Giganta in their hand that turn. What did they do on 3 mana then? Oh, they cast Skewer the turn that they picked up a land. I thought they were going to put Giganta in hand the turn that they picked up a land and had 3 mana post-combat, but they cast Skewer. I missed that. No, because they attacked me that turn. What the hell did they cast? What did they do the turn? So there was a turn that they attacked with Guide Beast, with 1 mountain tapped, picked it up, replayed it, and then used 3 mana. What did they do that turn? I don't remember. They skewered pre-combat? No, the turn before that. The turn before that, they attacked, picked up a land, and then used 3 mana, and I thought they were going to put Giganta in their hand. I just want to find an actual land. I'm going to scry again upkeep. No, I'm talking about the turn before, though. Alright, I guess I'll make mana here. And they only have 1 card left, so I can't really die anyways. I wanted to try and find a land so I didn't have to activate Clothis for mana, but I guess this is fine. It worked out. Nothing really matters anymore. Alright, chat. Will they activate it? They have 1 card in their hand. What do we think? Are they going to activate it? I kind of hope they do. Yeah, there's only one question left to be asked. Oh, no, they just sack a land to do it. Now they don't have mana to activate the Plex. Please draw a land. Please draw a land for beers. Please? Alright, they're passing. They're not giving up yet, chat. There's still hope. There's still hope. There's still hope. Unless they concede to the 4 life from this. Bottom. There is still hope. Oh, but you know the thing is, though? They're just going to concede to Bloodbraid Elf, right? Okay. Bolt my creature. Fine. Don't concede, opponent. Maybe I should play no spells here so they don't concede. Kind of selfish of me. No! No! They didn't do it yet. I'm so sad. There goes the prediction. Opponent said he's playing the mirror match. Classic Ponza mirror again. I mean, this hand's just good, right? Yeah. Classic Ponza mirrors. I'm at the 5. Ponza mirrors. How enjoyable is the Ponza mirror, chat? What do you think? On a scale of 1 to completely miserable. Rude. I don't really care. I had the Wren anyways. Uh-oh. My moto breaking? Thought it was. low-key fun. This is the second time I played against it this league. I mean, honestly, the first match was not that bad, but... you gotta appreciate their good choice of basics. Okay. So... so here's the thing. They're on a mold of 5. I kind of want to play Blood Moon here to shut off their fetches. Is that weird? Because we know they have a fetch in hand. It's kind of weird, though, isn't it? I could just play Pyromancer. Discard Blood Moon, Ren and 6. That's probably just better, right? Fetch, Stomping Ground, get back Verdant Catacombs, Pyromancer, discard Moon, discard Ren. That's gotta be better. I think that's better. I guess I could discard Elf. The Elf is probably worse than one of these two, right? In case they, like, kill the Ren and 6. Maybe I keep a backup Ren. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Go. Fetch, get back. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I don't know if playing Moon is better. Yeah. I mean, the Moon has some utility because it shuts off fetches for Ren and 6, but it also shuts off my fetches. So, you know, I don't know. It's close. Like, they could play their own Pyromancer here, which is kind of awkward. Yeah. What a weird spot. I guess I have Tracker. Okay. I could Bolt Ren and 6, down tick Ren and 6, down tick Ren and 6. That seems like a poor use of resources, but... could also Tracker, fetch, bolt something. I don't really know what to do. What if I went Tracker, fetch Shock, bolt Pyromancer, ping an Elemental token, shove at the Ren? I guess they would just let it go to 1? Right? Tracker, fetch, Shock, 2 clues. Bolt Pyromancer, ping token. They trade, Ren goes to 2. Then they have no board. I think that's good. I think that's good. Yeah, I think I like that. Feels like a little aggressive, but... and by a little, I mean it is very aggressive. But this also means that they have to deal... they just have so much stuff they have to deal with, right? I mean, it starts with Bloodbraid Elf for sure, but... okay. That's not even that bad for us, because I can just double Ren that if I want to. I guess they could have a Bolt here. But they have to play it face up, right? So they have to Bolt now. They go to 11. Oh, they don't have Bolts. Okay. So they could have an Elf as a chump blocker. They don't have an Elf. Yeah, so we just go Ren, down tick, Forest, second Ren, down tick. Have you both made the same plays every turn? Except for that turn where they didn't have Bolt. On the inside. Okay. Oh, they're off it. All right. I was going to kill... Oh my god, that was their hand. I was going to kill the red, attack them for 4 second clue, but... When I clue first. I guess clue first is better in case I draw bolt. Yeah, I guess I'll buy that. Alright, so what did we do last time? We wanted Flame Slash for Blood Moon, and I think that was it. We wanted to keep Pillage because it is still good against Utopia Sprawl. Yeah, that's it. Go. Yeah, or Bone Crusher, so we can just not have to spew the second Ren. Yeah, that was probably better. Opponent kept 7. I think this hand's actually not that bad. It's pretty bad against Ren in 6, but if they Ren kill Elf, then I can just bolt the Ren and play second Elf, so I don't think it's that bad. I think this hand's actually fine. Hopefully they lead on Elf, not Sprawl, then I can just bolt it, play 2 Elves on turn 2. Or they do nothing. Alright, It's kind of tough. If I lead on Elf, it's bad if they have Ren. If I lead on Sprawl, it's bad if they have Pillage on turn 3. And they generally have more Pillages in their deck than Rens. So I think I'm going to lead on Elf. It's also higher upside if they don't have Ren. Because then I can just Karn next turn. Alright, they have Stomp, which is medium-ish annoying. Imagine if they kept in Blood Moon. I'm just going to play 2 Elves here. Sprawl, we could even play 3 Elves on turn 2. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, I kind of don't want to expose my Sprawl until they show me whether or not they have Pillage, you know? Like, now they might have Pillage, but might not have double red, things like that. Alright, let's go... Sprawl here. Name red. Now I'm just going to lead on Bloodbraid. Into Pillage this. Into Bolt this. I feel like we're ahead, chat. What do you think? Chat, do you think we're ahead? Sheesh, they have a red source. Okay. Incoming Pyroclasm? No shot. He said they're playing the same 75, so... Flame Slash and Elf, sure. So now I can go Bolt the Elf. Play Karn, and I think I'm just going to uptick for now. Yeah, I'm just going to uptick for now. I don't want to lose the Bolt. And I have 6 mana next turn to get Wormcoil anyways. Alright. Tracker's not that good against Karn, because they can't activate clues. So that's kind of whatever. And I assume they probably can't beat Wormcoil, right? 2, 4, 5, 6. No, I'll just get Batterskull, because I want to be able to bolt this. Bolt this. Get the Skull. I guess Skull's worse if they have Pillage, but... No boat? Yeah, why is there no boat in the sideboard, chat? Can we get some boats in here? Why is there no boats? Yeah, I don't know why there's no boats. There should be a boat somewhere, like, you know. Alright, well, for those of you watching on YouTube, we did go 4-1. I played kind of badly against our round 1 opponent, Fran. But yeah, deck felt pretty good. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.